In the spirit fact of the understanding, the difference of the complicated composition of creation is the understanding of the difference of the reality of the possibility that the difference can actually be physically, mentally possible. And I'm going to do this very quick by some numbers. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 2 and 3. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5 and 6. This says wolf. This says 56, number 3. This says 65, number 7. 7 and 3 is 10. 7 and 3 is 10. 7 and 3 equals 21, and 10 equals to 31 or 13, and is the only number that does that. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5. 3 and 2 is 5. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. 1 times 5 is 5. They both become the same. 5, 1, 2 memory. 51 equals Mars. 52 equals Earth. 1 and 2 equals alpha beta of the high sky. 1 and 2 equals 5 and 6. 77. 89 equals to the 10, 10. 89. When you take 2 plus 5, 2 plus 6, these are the numbers here, 2 plus 5, 2 plus 6, and 3 plus 5 and 3 plus 6 is 8 and 9, the high heaven, and this is the gateway. This creates 56, and this creates 72. The difference is 16. That is the light, plus the one number is 17. This is the one number. Why? Because when you add from 3 to 13, it equals 10, but there are 11 numbers involved. The area you stand at. 2 and 6 is 8, 3 and 6 is 9. 3 and 6 and 5 and 6 is now 9, 11, which becomes 9 and 2, and it is the birthway into 2 houses, because the maximum in a house is 9, and there are 2. The next number over here is 5 and 6, which becomes 0, 1, and 5 and 6, 11. This becomes 15, this becomes 17. This becomes the quote, Q and O, or it is the minus 17 for 15 equals the delta angle, the composition of these numbers. What numbers do we have here? We have 2, we have 5, we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. Anyways, regardless of that fact, I just want to jump over here and go 50 times 47. The 50 stars times 47 is 2350. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5 and 6. 0 equals 6. Moses was born. 50 equals 56. The calling of the wolf. The falling of the stars. Number 7 is the gateway. I didn't explain it all. How would you like me to explain it? We're going to go down to here, 2 minus blah, blah, blah. This becomes DC, AC, DC. These number combination over here comes creation of DC, the B world. Don't forget, one cannot go anywhere unless it goes in between something. So you have to recreate something, and that's what I call the Mars angle. When you take Earth, you take 2 away and put it on the opposite side. The reason I don't need to mention 8 and 9 when I see number 1, because 1 is always with number 2. Here is number 1, 5 and 6, which remember is created out of 1 and 2, which creates 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. There is no 4. There's no 4 till they're added together. 3 and 5, electric company, connecting the pigtails. They come together over here. 5 and 6 becomes 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is 12 or 10. 10 becomes 6, becomes within the light. The light can only be made over here. When you see 1 and 2, what I'm going to do now is listen to this and why it happens. Because if we take away 1 and 2 has no moons. Mercury and Venus have no moons. So when we take them and base them on the rows they come to calculator, this area over here only equals 11, only equals 2. This area equals 13, only equals 4. But this area equals to 18. The whole 18. Because the 1 now exists in 3 and so does the 2. Creation of Earth is now existent in Saturn. Saturn, 0, 1 and 0, 2, becomes 0, 1, becomes 6, 1 and 6, 2. Saturn owns moons number 60, 61, and 62. Jupiter doesn't start to own a moon until 63, and when they own moons together, which is later on in the numbers. But that's where the next 2 moons come to Jupiter. So if Saturn owns 0, 1, 61, 0, 2, 62, then Venus and Mercury are not moons, are not planets. They are moons of Saturn. Saturn owns 6, 1, and 2. 210, 2, 1, and 6, 216. Everybody knows 25, 9, 20 divided by 216 equals to 120 times 3. The triangle, one part. It's a key. Every triangle will be like this. Every square will be like this. It'll be in between in the square, but a triangle will block it in. It blocks it in. Square versus triangle. 120 degrees versus 300 versus 90 degrees. Four sides. Now, was I in this book over here? Yes, I was down at the bottom over here. 74. What comes into 74? Well, 74 is the beginning of pi. 3.6, 3.14, and 3.6. Why are they the same? I don't know. 1/4 equals to a quarter. What does 6 have to do with anything? 6 is the center of everything. 0, 6, because all 6s are zeros. Why? Because on the outside of the 0, on the rim of the 0, is the 6th number. The center is the heart, position 1. Expanding to the sides, which Roman numerals proves that V out to the sides creates a 1 on both sides, equaling to V1, 6 on all sides. There are 4 sides, 3 sides, then 4 sides. Don't forget, when there's 3 sides, it works the way the 120 degrees. So 0 and 7 is 7, 3 and 4 is 7, 30 is creation, equals 36. 3 and 7 is 10, 4 and 6 is 10, makes a perfect 10, 10 creation. 7 and 6 is 13, equals 4. 9 and 4 is 13, equals 4, makes a 44 creation of 69 inside of Saturn moons. 3 and 11 is where it begins, the red moon of Nibiru. 3 and 11 in full, which is now 3 and 2, which is created from 1 and 2, which creates the rest of all these numbers, creating the number of Jesus, the number of the perfect diamond, 7 by 4 to 28 of the moon, creating 1776, linking to Einstein and Neptune all at the same time, and recreating the word Einstein and DNA within everything, and locking in and connecting to 15. 1 to 15 added is 120, which becomes 216 hours and 9 days of the Mayan calendar, and everything will always link up because a perfect number is a perfect number. If I take number 5 and put it over number 5, we won't see number 5 as 10, we'll see just a 5, and then another 5, and then another 5. The levels of the game. The last thing I wanted to mention from the last video is this number over here, 33,696, which is from the word perfect. Instead of going to 20, the letter T, I went to the letter Z, perfects. Instead of T, I put it to Z, becomes 33,696, divided by 32. Equals to 1053, which is the OJ. 10 is J, electric company. 153 is the ace within the electric company, 1, 3, and 5. Take away the 1 and put it with another number because 1 is not alone. Raphael, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. 13 and 13, JCG, coming into creation of the light of 1010. Very confusing. We have to look at the last video. Oh, and 1521, by the way, what is that? 1, 2, and 5 creating each other. 7286, no, 5775. Let me do this. 7286 minus 5775 equals, okay, here it is. 7286, the number I got, minus 5281 equals 2005. That's when my whole thing began. So let me write this down. 7286 minus 5775. 7286 minus 5775 equals to 1511. Plus 10 equals to 1521. Why did I plus 10? Because the beginning was 5765 and the end for me was 5775, leaving me 1521 or 2015. At the same time, at least we went memory and the whole reality of everything I did. 7286 is the number. 5281 is when it began. And when I remove 2005 from here, why do I remove 2005 from here? Because it began in 2005. So I'm going to go 7286 minus 2005. It's to show you at least one of the numbers. I'm going to get 5281. 5281. I didn't mark that one down, but 5281 is Venus, Earth. 5281 is Jakar, or Jafar, or Raphael. I like to say it that way because Far, Raphael, Jakar, the K, which is number 11, 1 and 1 in both houses, 8 and 8 is 16, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is 4 and 8. And it just goes into creating of the light, those numbers. Thank you, Raphael. 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I'm not sure which tea to drink. 2 different cups, same tea. Thank you for watching.